Okay, so let's look at a scenario where we need to figure out what our sales mix should be because we only have limited resources. So it says Treadlite produces two types of exercise treadmills, deluxe and regular, and the exercise craze is such that the Treadlite could use all of its available machine hours producing either model. The two models are processed through the same production department. The question is which product will help them maximize their operating income. So the first thing that we really need to do is try and figure out what is the contribution margin per unit. So contribution margin is always sales minus our variable, I should highlight, variable expenses. So in this particular example, we do not care what our fixed manufacturing overhead is. So if we take that out of the equation, what we will end up with is not total expenses but contribution margin. Then we subtract our fixed expenses to get our operating income. So if I take the 1,020 minus 320 minus 88 minus 168 minus the 113, again ignoring the fixed cost here, then my contribution margin for the deluxe product is $331. And then I can do the same thing for our regular. 580 sales price minus the variable direct materials minus variable direct labor and variable manufacturing overhead, and subtract our variable operating expenses. My contribution margin for the regular item will be $131. Now the problem here is that it looks like it takes 2 units of the regular, 2 machine hours, or we can produce 2 units of regular with 1 machine hour, and we can only produce 1 deluxe. So since we are constrained by the equivalent units, what we need to do is take the 331 times the 1 hour. That means my contribution margin per hour of limited resource is $331, whereas the 131, but I can produce 2 with 1 machine hour. So that makes my contribution margin for the regular at $262. So in this particular scenario, the company should produce the item that has the highest contribution margin per unit of constraint. And in this particular example, it is the deluxe. So the company should focus on manufacturing and selling the deluxe model over the regular model.